Hello and welcome to the daily study of the Way of Mastery. Today we continue with Lesson 2, You Create Your Experience, Section 3, Peace Flows from Alignment with the Mind of God. And we're going to read paragraphs 6, 7, and 8. And I will read them and then give some commentary, my thoughts on it. So Jeshua says, "For although you are given complete free will to create as you choose, the soul begins to learn that what brings it the highest joy, the highest peace, and the highest bliss imaginable is that which flows from the mind of God, through the mind of the channel, the soul, and expresses itself in the field of experience. It is for this reason that the Father's will is that you be happy, and your happiness is found in choosing to restore your perfect alignment with only the voice for God." So the good news is that we have this God-given right, power to have free will to create as you choose. And I think when we're listening to the voice of the ego, we choose to create all kinds of things that reflect this fear, this belief in separation of lack, the greatest hits. We're repeating the same thing every day. This is good. Let it sink into your subconscious. So we have this free will to create as we choose, but then the soul learns that what brings it the highest joy, the highest peace, and the highest bliss imaginable is that which flows from the mind of God, not the small self, not the ego mind, but the mind of God, through the mind of the channel. That's you. You're the channel. And expresses itself in the field of experience. So when we open to this idea that we are the channel for the mind of God, and our joy is to be that, to not try and be something different, something special, something separate on our own, but to allow ourselves to be this channel through which the mind of God wants to express itself in experience. Imagine if we woke up every day. It takes all the pressure off of us trying to make something happen, of us trying to validate our worthiness by making something happen or getting something that we think we lack, whether it be the perfect soulmate or the money or the respect. We can just wake up and say, I am the channel for the mind of God, and I'm open. Guide me, use me, let your thoughts be my thoughts. And I'm going to just show up wherever I am in my daily life and let that express itself through the field of my experience and listen and honor that. So if something says, give this man that's panhandling, give him $1, I honor that. If it says, let this person in front of you in line, you honor that. And it's for this reason that the Father's will is that you be happy, Jeshua says, and your happiness is found in choosing. So your happiness is found in a choice, and that choice, Jeshua says, is to restore your perfect alignment with only the voice for God. But then the mind is like, well, how do I know it's the voice for God? Well, when you're still and you hear that, you hear it inside, you'll know it. The voice for ego is one of competition, comparing, fear, not enough, unworthiness, all of those things. The voice for God is that still small voice that when we're still, we hear. So in paragraph 7, Jeshua says, the way of the heart is that pathway that begins with a commitment to healing and awakening and is founded on the premise, the axiom that we have given unto you. We, this is more than just one being of Jeshua sharing this message, and Jeshua talks about that later. And he says, you are perfectly free at all times. Everything that is experienced has been by your choice. And at no time has there been any other cause. Now, I will be the first to admit my mind tries to disprove this so quickly. Well, what about all the people in the world or anyone through history that was the victim of oppression or abuse or murdered or all the things that happened to them? This makes no sense. This goes against what we experience as reality. This is not reality. This is bullcrap. And from that perspective, 100% accurate. But Jeshua is inviting us to again identify ourselves as a soul. As a soul, we're not a body that lives and dies. We are eternal. We are a pure awareness, made in the image and likeness of the Creator. That we have the power to choose our experience in any moment, and nothing outside overrides that. Everything that is experienced has been by your choice. So again, it begs the question, if we're experiencing something we don't like, why would my soul be choosing this? Instead of why am I choosing this? Because when you say why am I choosing this, you're really identifying with the small self, your little human self with your 75 plus years and your stories and your past. But why would my soul be choosing this? At no time there's been any other cause but you. Might seem scary to you, but it is so empowering. And Jeshua takes this to the extreme in a way with the next paragraph. It seems simple, and yet what soul has not known resistance to this idea? If you bake a cake and it turns out well, you will say, I did that. But if you bake a cake and it turns out very bad, you think, it must have been the flour. It must have been the temperature of the oven. Surely there was something that caused this creation to not be what I would truly desire. Yes, we can all relate to that. And the baking of the cake is a simple metaphor or example, but just look at your life. When you do things that feel good or turn out the way that you want them to, it's very easy to say, I did that. And when things don't go the way we want, well, whose fault is that? Again, I'll just tell us, I got hacked and a lot of money was stolen out of my account. It's very easy to say, well, it wasn't me. I didn't do that to myself. Someone else did that. And it's caused a lot of inconvenience and unrest inside of me. And it's their fault. And that's happening to me. But this teaching is radical, and it invites you, with whatever you're moving through, to take ownership of your experience. And say, why might my soul be creating this experience? And I've shared this before, and I'll share it again in case you haven't been listening to every episode. This has given me the opportunity to see through the illusion of lack, to see through the illusion of loss, to really integrate this truth, this perspective that source, supply, doesn't just come from the dollar bill piece of paper or the number in the bank account, that it comes from the infinite loving intelligence and the quantum field where anything and everything is possible in potential. So if I created $100, I can create another $100 just as easily. It's coming from the infinite, invisible, pure potential through focused thought and intention, and then in the world showing up and taking whatever actions in front of me. So this experience of losing, quote unquote, losing all of this money, my soul, I believe, has called this into my experience for so much greater abundance consciousness, for seeing through the illusion of lack, and that anything is possible. And that's a blessing. And for that, I'm so grateful, because I know and feel how much more expansive I am because of this. I don't even think twice about that money, honestly. People are asking me, how's the lawsuit going? What's the status? And I'm like, oh crap, I didn't even think about it. I don't know. I guess it's going, it's happening. So whatever you're moving through in your life, again, ask that question. Why might my soul be creating this experience for me? And then be still and listen. I love you. This is so much fun for me. Even if we're saying the same thing over and over again. You know why? Because every time I say it, I'm reminded. So if I'm reminded of this truth every single day, I'm out of victimhood every single day. I'm in ownership. I'm in responsibility. I'm in conscious creation every single day. And what a gift that is. Have a beautiful day. If you get value from this, please share, subscribe, wherever you find this. Share with your people that you think would get value from it. And let's keep going. Have a beautiful day. See you next time.